Officer 0000123 is recording. Recording started.
Hello, I'm Sergeant Cat from Crawford County Sheriff's Office. The reason I'm stopping you is because Marathon had called in and said that there were some suspicious people.
It's not a reason to pull somebody over.
No, that's not a reason to pull us over.
That's not a reason to pull somebody over. That's absolutely not a reason.
Were we
to pull
on their
somebody
property?
over.
No, we were never on their
Okay,
property.
that's not a reason.
Have
to
a
pull
nice
somebody
day.
over.
You're dismissed.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, that's how it works.
I want to know some answers.
You don't get
You
answers.
don't get answers.
Okay, well,
It's called
I
the
need your
Fifth
license,
Amendment.
Oh, he's
registration,
a
proof
smug
of
son of a
insurance,
bitch, ain't
For
he?
what reason?
so I can turn you guys into the
For
FBI
what reason?
For what
for
reason?
terrorist activity.
You're
Really?
ignorant.
Oh, that's funny.
Do you understand the Supreme Court has said recording in public is a constitutionally protected activity?
is
It
an
can't be construed
unlawful
as suspicious
traffic stop.
or a crime.
Okay,
You understand that, right?
okay. I understand that.
Okay, good, because we was
But
never on their property,
you
and
have
we're
to
allowed
see
to
it.
record
I
anything
know.
we can
I
see,
get
and
it.
you don't get to just pull somebody over and demand their ID and license because somebody called and said, "Oh, the suspicious vehicle's recording our facility."
Okay.
The guys
That's
in the
not how it
red
works,
truck were
bro.
laughing and
That's
waving.
not reasonable, articulable
Okay, can I
suspicion.
talk?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You guys see it from their point of view.
I don't have
With
to.
this time and age,
No.
terrorists
This day and
and
age, blah 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 blah.
Terrorists.
When was the last time an oil refinery was attacked by terrorists? Please
actually
do tell
attacked.
us. Yeah.
I'm not sure
Okay,
about attack,
good.
but there was a case from the FBI years ago that had pictures of this marathon and several others.
But do you
and
understand
they were
it?
arrested in Miami.
Do you understand that I can get the same pictures from Google?
I know.
Right.
So
Okay.
can I.
Okay, yeah. So you have no reasonable articulable suspicion of any crime.
Okay.
That doesn't give you the right to pull us over. We didn't commit a traffic infraction. If you're going to investigate, you got to go talk to them, look at their cameras, take their statements.
It's an investigative stop,
Okay.
and I have talked to them.
Okay, cool. Now you've talked to us, right? So we're free
But
to
I
go.
haven't got your name.
But you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it.
Okay.
That's
well,
a
I got
fourth.
your plates,
That's
so-
a Fourth Amendment violation.
Fourth Amendment, man.
Okay, I got your plates.
Well,
so
that's fine
I'll
and
turn
dandy.
Whoever the owner is of the vehicle in.
Oh, okay, whatever. Turn them in for
Turn
what?
the owner in for what?
Turn them in for what?
To FBI
For what?
for suspicious.
That's not a
activity.
crime.
It's not a crime.
That's not a
You're
crime.
fucking stupid.
C
Yeah.
Cat. What's your badge number or
pignorant.
your ID number?
6580.
Would you take
65,
offense if I said you was ignorant? Because you think you're smart because you're a cop and you're
I'm not
actually
saying
not?
I'm smart.
Okay, because I'm telling you,
Well,
case
good.
law,
I hope you don't
Supreme
judge by
Court
the
case
war.
law, Illinois case law.
106 status.
I'm not trying to be a dick, dude. Seriously, but
I am.
I know.
seriously,
But
just
I'm
because
just
we're
trying to do my
recording,
job, man.
huh?
I'm just trying to do my
But
job.
violating rights isn't your job,
It's
sir.
not violating you.
But it
guys.
is.
Yes, it is.
I'm doing an investigative
But
stop.
understand
But we
something.
did no crime.
Did they report a crime?
They reported you guys being reckless driving.
No, they were reckless driving. The guy in the truck tried to block us in and was chasing us.
Okay. Well, I'll take care of that after this.
Yeah, so he was being reckless.
But they called you in as reckless driving and taking
But
pictures and videos
did
of
you
Marathon.
witness it? You have to witness it.
No,
Oh, you absolutely do.
I did not.
Otherwise, it's
witness it.
hearsay.
I know. I
Okay,
get that.
cool.
But I can still do an investigative
Well,
stop.
sure.
So,
And you did, and you found out there's
yes.
no crime going on,
You
so
guys
we're free to
don't
go,
look
right?
like terrorists.
Cool.
But I just wanted to make
No, we're
sure.
First Amendment auditors.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
We do this all over the country.
You know what a First Amendment auditor is?
Are you guys the ones that came up to the courthouse a couple weeks ago?
Nope,
Okay.
that wasn't us.
No, that wasn't us now.
Okay.
No, it's just recording in public, bro.
I get it.
We're the ones that are going to shut down the Mount Carmel Police Department because they unlawfully arrested us for recording on a public sidewalk.
Okay. Well, yeah.
They're fucked on that.
They stepped
Okay.
because the lady in the bank told them we were casing the bank, so they figured that they thought that gave them probable cause to
They're
arrest
trying
us.
to charge us with felony disorderly.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
because
like I
other
said,
people
this is
called the
investigative
police.
Stop.
Yeah, no
you guys
worries.
see it from what I'm seeing it and what they're
No, I
seeing
get it, bro. I agree. You have a job to do, and when
Yeah.
you get a call, you need to investigate.
Yeah.
I totally get that,
And
100%.
we're not trying to be assholes,
No, I get it. I totally
but we're
understand.
all about our
come across
rights,
that
you
way.
know?
I just
Right.
come across as an
I-
asshole, dude.
Oh, you're fine.
All right, cool. Yeah. But yeah, that guy was chasing us. We was sitting there recording the security gate, and the security guard and this guy in a flatbed truck pulls up, and he
Is there a
tries
description of that truck? Like
A white
there-
flatbed.
the white flatbed.
without the like it's just flat?
But no, it had like toolboxes and stuff on it. He was
flat
sitting
on it,
at that lumber yard.
Okay. Was there like a name on the side?
There was, but you want me to look at my video real quick?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, hold on.
I'm recording, so you can look at your video.
Oh, excuse me, man.
Oh, wait a minute. Do I have a piggy? Do you have any piggies? I don't think I have any in the car. They're in the trunk. Because you're being cool now, I'd give you a piggy for your dashboard.
We give them to all
It's
the
a little
good
squeaky
cops.
pig.
Instead of like
It's in
Duck
your
Duck
bag?
Jeep.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll let you get out.
All right.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not
like Duck
stopping
Duck
you from
Jeep.
Getting out, man.
Yeah, let me. I like getting pulled over. It's fun. I get to meet the great officers sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm getting old. I get to meet the great officers.
Oh, God, I'm getting old. Oh, thank you. Camp rope? 8 hours. 89 hours. You're on standby for 14. Excuse me.
Have,
Go ahead, brother. Is that box? Like my mask?
Road. Yeah, man. Road. And it's telling the security guard, hey, those guys are recording you.
That's a pepper spray gun. Nothing for you to worry about. Just so you know.
Can I look at
Yeah,
it?
see, look, it's pepper spray. See, it's orange.
Oh, that's cool.
You want to look at it?
Yeah, I can't.
What?
Yeah, it takes a cylinder of pepper spray. If you click that lever right there, it'll pop open and you can look at the canister.
Can I take a picture of this?
Absolutely.
Yeah, shoot.
You can grab your phone, dude. You're not going anywhere.
Jeez, GS.
There you go.
Truck.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Central 15 and 23.
I mean, he wrote, dude, he turned around all from the edge up onto the embankment just to turn around and keep chasing us. And then we pulled into you got that little U-turn with like a propane tank there or whatever on the right side of the road or on the north side of the road.
Where it comes out to this road?
If you come out here, you go that way, go. Oh, no,
on the paved road.
It's off the paved
Off
road.
the main
It's
road.
just-
It's just across the street
It's just
from.
this horseshoe gravel drive with a propane tank or something.
Yeah.
And-
Down from Rural Pit and stuff.
Yeah, it's
Right.
propane
And
sales.
we pulled in there, and we went to pull out, and he pulled up and blocked us from being able to leave. That's a crime.
Right.
So we went around him,
Yeah.
and he kept
Don't blame
freaking
you.
chasing us. I didn't know what we didn't know.
I
what
thought he was going to hit the damn car, so I'm like, I'm getting the hell out of here.
he was sitting at the Rural King of Lumberyard, but he came back. Right in the car. Trying to show his head. I don't think that.
We got a whole bunch of case law right here
That's cool.
about what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there's nothing on the bed, so yeah, it's just a flatbed with that GSCS on it.
I have to go out to the marathon. I'm sure there's like an off company that's
Probably
out
one of
there.
their contractors.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't even security or anything.
Jeez.
And
Yeah,
started chasing us, dude. I mean,
Right.
up and down the gravel road. Fucking, we tried to get away from him. He kept chasing us.
Yeah.
Man, we're not going to stop for you, dude. I don't know
Right.
you.
Yeah.
I was worried he was going to fucking try and ram us off the road.
Yeah, we didn't know, And it's like, why are you so hell bent on? Because the guard asked us if we was having laugh and joking at the time. He says, "Are you guys terrorists?" We're like, "No, we ain't terrorists." Do I look like one?
Right.
What the hell,
No,
man?
you're not. I will tell you that now.
Last time I checked,
I'm
I
a pretty
wasn't.
fat terrorist, ain't I? Hey, you hungry? You want a slice of pizza?
That's probably cold by now, ain't it?
Dude.
A couple
I've
hours.
never had Little Caesars.
Oh, you've never had
And
it?
it's just down there.
If you ever do go there, get the deep dish. It's way better than
Way
the
better.
round.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like I said, I was just doing an investigative stop,
Cool,
see
man.
what's going on.
Right?
I was in the military. I did all the terrorist activity stuff.
Oh, okay. My son's
So-
in the Marines.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. My brother was Navy, so was
I
my.
was with the Seabees.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, we dropped him off last month.
Yep.
Down there in North Carolina.
Really?
Yep. Drove
Nice.
down there for fleet.
Yeah. We
Right.
drove through Asheville just before the floods.
Yep.
Three or 4 days.
3 or 4 days before the floods hit. Yeah, we
So
were
you
there.
guys didn't see any of that?
No.
I heard it's
Luckily.
bad.
Oh, it's really bad. I've seen like drone footage of it. And it's so much.
Dude, did you see the video of the guy they found buried up to his fucking neck in mud? And he said he told fucking people, leave me. His whole family was underneath him, buried in mud.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, it's horrible.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
All the buildings, bodies included.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were bulldozing everything. Bodies, they weren't picking them up. They were just bulldozing everything. They said the stench of death was horrendous. Unreal, you know.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it got chilly out here. It's been
Oh, it
warm
feels
all
good.
freaking day, man.
It feels good to
I go
finally
from
cool
hot to
off.
cold.
Oh, this Illinois weather, I mean, mornings it'll be like 37, then by afternoon it'll be back up in the 70s.
Right. Michigan ain't that bad. If it's 30 in the morning.
Sometimes.
Well, sometimes we get that swing, yeah.
I mean, what? Last January we had like 78 degrees.
Yeah. And the next day it was like in the 20s. No wonder why we're sick all the damn.
Right.
Right?
Cool, man. Well, it was nice to meet you, brother.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, man.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Have a wonderful day, man.
Nice to meet you.
Andy, you gonna put that on your dash?
Yeah, I am.
I gotta
Next
see
to
it.
my hula girl.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it on the dash. He said next to the
You got a hula girl. Oh, no, I think he's from the refinery.
Oh, is he from the refinery?
That's the truck that was following us down the dirt road.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yep.
You got some glue on it? Heck yeah.
And it's a tiny dash cam. Does that even give you good footage? It's probably grainy as fuck, isn't
Honestly,
it?
I don't even know.
So you guys, oh really? So they don't have like dash cams in here?
Our
Look at how tiny that thing is.
are getting the G-Tag.
Oh really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Oh really?
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? I think when they start body cams, you guys shouldn't be able to mute them. Right. Oh, okay.
Like
They
it's
don't
a
let you. Right.
I don't think.
I know a lot of times you'll see cops mute their body cameras while they're talking to somebody. Like, oh, because no, you shouldn't be able to have a private conversation, especially when it's regarding someone.
Because
and their
anytime the
rights and
body
liberty.
cam's requested, the stuff that needs to be redacted is redacted.
Exactly.
They don't need to mute a damn thing. They should never be able to allow.
Right. That's the way I look at it. But hey.
Then again, I literally just got mine, so I don't know how to work it 100%.
Oh, you guys just got yours?
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause, I think it's January 1st. We all have to have.
oh, okay.
So
And you're
You want to watch some of our videos? Michigan Constitutional Crusader.
Mine's easy. Spanky Pants Live. Friends call me Spanky Pants.
And they call me Tater Salad.
okay, let's see.
You're part of the crisis intervention team?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like whenever someone's having like bipolar up and downs, like
Mental health
I've
issues?
been specially trained to.
Oh, hell
yeah,
yes.
Man. Hell yeah. That's what we need more of, man. Most police don't know how to deal with people with issues.
I
man.
got
That's
arrested
dangerous.
by a chief of police. I was 477 feet away from the guy on the power pole that was threatening to jump. 477 feet away. He was this little tiny speck on my camera. Couldn't tell what the hell he was.
Right.
The chief of police tells me that I got to go. It's a public park. Middle of the freaking day. I'm like, no. He's like, this is city property. I can tell you to leave.
10-6 here.
It's like, no, it's public property and you can't tell me to leave.
Right.
And he arrested me.
Fired 3 days later.
Michigan Constitutional Crusader.
Fired 3 days later, and he won a $90,000 lawsuit. Not that we're out here lawsuit hunting, but
No, that's the only lawsuit I have in 4 years.
Right, I've never filed a lawsuit. Constitutional.
Constitutional Crusader.
All right. Man, the older I get, the less tolerant I am to
I got a
cold,
question.
man.
Yes. You used to arrest somebody, and they had, I guess, two names. If you will, like
No, not an alias.
no, like,
Two different
say-
last names.
so. Say their social security
I've heard
card.
two middle names.
No,
Well,
he
say-
has his birth certificate says one name, and his social security card says another name. And they won't change the name on the social security card based on the birth certificate. They want some other form
How
of
would you
ID.
protest that?
Well, see, my birth certificate says a different thing.
Oh, okay. You changed it legally though.
I
didn't
got
you?
adopted.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, see, for initially his birth certificate and social security card matched, but then when me and my wife got remarried, and she named him her maiden name, and then
This is her son?
Yeah.
Okay.
and then when we got remarried, we went to the courthouse and changed the birth certificate. Then we went to Social Security and was like, we need to change the Social Security card. He was like 3, and they're like, he needs to be able to sign the card. I'm like, he's 3, he can't sign. We're his parents. Here's the birth certificate. Blah blah blah.
I mean, I don't know exactly
Crazy.
how you're from Michigan.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how Michigan works, but I'm pretty sure, like,
That happened in Illinois.
Yeah, we lived in Illinois when that happened. Yeah, we're from here originally. Yeah.
The government. What can you
That
say?
was back in early
Let me
2000.
have the
That was back in
baby's
early
hand.
2000s. Yeah, it's
I
like
can't get an ID.
you can't even get an ID.
can't.
Because we can't get his social security card changed to his birth certificate. That last name to go to the DMV and present the forms of identification to get an ID. They say he's got 2 last names. I'm like, no, he don't. Yeah, so
It's alienating
yeah,
too.
it is. Yeah, he can't do anything.
I'm not. Society won't let me.
Spanky Pants Live. Mine's easy, man. One other question for you, because I have not been able to get an answer. Did my phone die? I think my phone finally died.
Did it?
Long day.
Uh-oh.
I'm sitting there holding it up slowly. I just want to be sure.
So am I going to be on your guys' YouTube?
On his. I'm not recording.
It's BB gun. .177.
Isn't that crazy how really
It's made by Glock.
Made by Glock. In Illinois, can you carry a BB gun open?
Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that insane?
I mean, do you
Right?
carry a Glock?
Yeah.
Does it look a lot like your
Oh,
Glock?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Feels like it too, don't it?
And it's just a BB gun.
Oh yeah, that does look a lot like it.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know what the laws in
Honestly-
Illinois are. I know in Michigan I can carry it.
I mean, I don't think there's anything against it in Illinois,
Right.
but I'm not 100% on that.
Right.
But
Something for you to look into.
I mean,
It's a
yeah.
question. You know what I'm saying?
definitely, like,
Scary realistic.
How much was that? How much was
$80.
it? That's bad, either.
80
No.
bucks.
$80. That is, isn't that not crazy? What's that say? Austria. Made in Austria.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
That's all Glock. That's all straight. Sure.
You're gonna research that, huh?
yeah.
Isn't that-
You know what? If someone had this,
You would shoot
I
them.
mean, not
If they pointed that at you,
Oh,
you
yeah,
would
they
fucking
pointed
plug
that-
them in a heartbeat.
Hell yeah.
And
I mean,
and it would be justified on your behalf.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because that looks like a real freaking gun.
Doesn't it?
that's cool.
Right. Isn't it cool?
One.
Because we do a lot of walking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we got to be able to protect ourselves from like stray dogs and shit. So
Yeah.
a BB gun's perfect for that.
Right.
But again,
Shoot
I
them a
don't,
couple times with that, and
I
they
don't
yelp
wanna-
and run
I don't
away.
wanna carry
And
it.
it doesn't know real harm.
I don't want
you know?
to carry it and get caught up in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I know they got, you can only open carry if you got a CCW.
Yeah.
Here in
But that's
Illinois,
not a
right?
firearm, so you
Right.
could open
Right.
carry that,
Right.
right? I would think, right?
I think so too.
Kind of like a
Yeah.
pepper spray thing, right? That's cool. Heck yeah, man. I love this thing. I might end up buying it from him. I love this thing. It's crazy,
That's
dude.
crazy.
And it feels so freaking
It
real.
does. It's got the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when he showed it to me. I was like, oh my gosh, dude.
That's scary.
Isn't it?
Isn't it though?
If some
Yeah.
kid
Very
has
awesome.
this
Oh, yeah,
and don't know
some
what the fuck they're doing.
Them gangbangers get a hold of shit like that.
I could go down to Walmart and buy a paper that looks real.
Yeah.
It's just as heavy
Yes.
and no orange tip on
Yep.
the green.
Yep. That's
Well,
crazy.
I mean, if used up properly, they can prove to be deadly.
What, these? Well,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you
You
hit
put-
somebody in the right spot with a
You
BB,
put that
you
up
can do
against
some
somebody's
damage.
temple and it's lights out.
Maybe.
No,
possible.
it's lights out.
He's into guns. He loves guns. Big time.
Or you shoot him up.
He's into guns,
Somebody
the
in the
bullets,
eye.
he knows all the
orbital bone
calibers
there,
and the
pick his head.
grains. And I'm like, damn, dude. Everybody's got to have a hobby, I guess.
I
Right?
like guns and anatomy, so
How old are you?
25.
25? I'll go in the freaking military.
You can't. You got an ID.
Oh, shit. That's
Yeah,
Right?
he's
Right.
between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Can't even get a job.
Join the Matrix.
My son that's in the Marines, he was talking about becoming a state trooper when he got out.
Yeah.
We'll see if he follows through on it. Told him if you do, be a good cop, man.
Yeah.
Don't be a tyrant, though.
Well,
Right.
we've
Learn
trained
laws.
Michigan troopers quite well. So
Oh, yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
he becomes a Michigan
Yeah.
trooper.
Well, he was talking about becoming a Michigan state trooper. Yeah.
'Cause we used to go to their training facility and record. Just because they were such fucking tyrants when we first started recording.
Yeah. So we go to their training facility when they have training classes. Go out there and record.
I mean, that's
They're
So
doing
then the
mock
cadets
traffic
are asking
stops.
their instructor, what the hell is this? And the instructor has to explain it to them.
There's a lot of people, man. A lot of cops
Yeah.
don't.
I mean, that'd be
they
awesome
don't
to
even-
have in the academy, actually.
Right. I mean, I would love to be able to go into one of their classes and, be an asshole
Right.
and show them what kind of shit they're going to deal with
Right.
and what they can and can't do about it. I mean,
Yeah.
because a lot of cops, they think that little tin star means they can just do whatever the fuck they want. So,
They're the ones that give us bad
yeah, I got a fucked up shoulder because of the Utica Police Department.
Really?
My trunk was open and the cop pulled up behind us. He's giving us all kinds of shit. He's over here calling him Willy Wonka Munchkin motherfucker because he was a short cop. And then the other sergeant comes over and he forces my trunk lid out of my grip and tore my rotator and ripped a tendon right off my
Just
shoulder.
to get the plate, even though after they had done said there's no crime here, we're good to go, these guys aren't doing anything, then why'd you go over there and do that? Just to get a license plate. Then when we went to the department to file a complaint on them, the same officers came out and the detective sergeant that when I called him, I told him I was coming for his job. That cocksucker. He got out of his car, walked up to me and smacked my iPhone out of my hand. Went flying like 15 feet.
Said you took some of your
Huh? No, it didn't break.
Shocking.
Shockingly, it didn't break. But when we went to file complaints on him, he came out and he's like, "You can't file complaints today. You got to come back tomorrow." I'm like, "No, that's not how it works, dude. You got what you have here is a conflict of interest, and you need to go back in there and let me do what I need to do. This is a public place." He ended up arresting me.
Stand him against the
Stand me
wall.
against the brick wall. No charges were filed. He wrote me a bullshit ticket.
Oh, they were so mad because as soon as they arrested him, I went outside and went live.
Yeah.
And
Had
their
like-
phones were ringing off the hook
They had
for
like 800
hours.
people watching, and they were just calling. And they come back there. You see what you did? You hear them phones ringing? I'm like, I think that had nothing to do with that. I'm like, well, maybe if you let me go, they'll stop.
Yeah. The one cop come out and begged me to ask my subscribers to stop. I'm like, I'm not telling them shit. You tell them.
They just called more.
I'm like, you guys made this fucking issue. You fix it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, we love good cops, man, but bad cops, they got to go, man.
Yeah.
There's no room for
Yeah,
them
like
anymore.
what's that town started with an H that we were at where the cops were awesome and they educated the workers?
Harrisburg.
Harrisburg. Those cops were awesome.
A detective and a sergeant came out, and they were freaking fantastic. So every now and again, we come across some really
Yeah, you
great
can
cops.
see that Harrisburg video and you're going, wow, they did. I mean, they explained it. They articulated it perfectly.
Yeah.
Have at it,
Because
man.
we went
Absolutely.
into the DCFS office,
Yeah.
and they tried telling us we could be in there recording. I'm like, no, you're incorrect. And we was at the the Department of Health before that, walking around the outside, but we didn't go in. And they called the cops. Cops come, and they're like, it's all good. We got this. Then they went to the other place we hadn't even been to yet. And they're like, look, if these guys show up, oh, here they are. We followed them. They was real proactive,
Yeah,
That's what it should be.
very professional officers.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's what we look for, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an asshole, sure. I just sound that way. But I can be a real asshole. But if you're nice to us, we'll just be nice to you. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
we got pulled over at Shawnee, Vienna.
Yeah.
We was at the Shawnee Correctional Center recording at 3:00 in the morning, standing out on the roadway. So we go to leave, and we get about 2 miles down the road, and I see a sheriff's deputy car go. I'm like, is he going to the prison? So we turn around and go back, and sure enough, he was sitting in the parking lot. So we turn around, and we're slow rolling by the prison. I got my phone hanging out the window, and I'm recording. And that deputy takes off running to his car, and I tell him, I'm like, hurry, go, 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 go. Got out and pulled us over. And just like you did, he come up trying to talk about, I need your ID. I'm like, dude, you don't have any reasonable articulable suspicion to stop us. well, you're recording outside of a prison. That's suspicious. I'm like, is that a felony or a misdemeanor? He says it's a misdemeanor. He's like, you're fucking ignorant, dude. And so he called the state police. State police came. State police walked up to the car. We gave him a pig. We're sitting there cracking jokes, having a good time, getting along great. Yeah. Really pissed that other cop off.
So I get that you give the pigs to the good cops?
Yep. Yeah. It's like Duck, Duck, Jeep, but for cops.
You started out kind of bad, but you turned it right around. So.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, man.
I like this.
Yeah.
You fought for this country. You served for this
Absolutely.
country. Absolutely.
Make sure you use the River Rouge one. This sergeant, we're standing out in front of a pot shop recording on the sidewalk, and he's busy trying to tell us we're being disorderly, because they're complaining about us recording the customers. And I try to ask the cop to his right for his name and badge number, and the sergeant interrupts, and I said, "Why don't you just shut up?" I thought his head was going to fucking explode.
Did you just tell me to shut up? I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I told you to shut up.
When we got arrested in Mount Carmel, we was outside of a bank. Dude, the fucking police department, we FOIA requested everything. We got all the calls and shit. The PD called the bank. Before we ever got there, said they're headed your way. Do you see them yet? And the lady at the bank is like, yeah, I see them. They're here now.
And said to lock it down.
And they said, go into hard lockdown. Then the lady comes out and is asking him questions and this, that, and the other. And he's not giving her no answers. He's not talking to her. And I walk up and he's like, oh, I got a good picture of the vault now. And because
I like vaults. Vaults are fucking cool.
Right. And she's like, well,
all the intricate little parts.
If you're not going to answer different shapes, we're going to call the cops. And I'm like, well, they're right over there talking to somebody else. And she's like, well, you're just not answering our questions and being belligerent. And nobody was belligerent to her. That pissed me off. And then she kept saying we was casing the bank and blah. I'm like, lady, we're on a public sidewalk. And then I was like, are you a simple bitch? Are you a simple bitch?
Oh,
are you simple?
Set her right off.
Are you simple in the head? Are you simple in the head?
She got 3 words in and said, don't.
So the sergeant walks up and he tells the lady, go in the bank, lock the bank down. And he tells us, let's move away from the door. And I'm like, shut up. And he says again, I'm like, dude, shut up. And he's like, here's what's going to happen. I said, what's going to happen? I'm going to keep walking up down the sidewalk.
I am
recording. In America.
I didn't know.
And you're going to leave me the fuck alone. Mind your business somewhere else, bitch. I'm a dick. I can't help it. But it's all covered under freedom of speech.
Yeah.
There's settled case law on it. And he's like, well, I got my hand in my pocket. I'm recording, right? And I got a phone in my pocket. And he's like, well, you're detained. Take your hand out of your pocket. I said, fuck you. And then I went to pull my hand out of my pocket, and he grabs me, throws my arm behind my back, cuffs me up, goes inside the bank, takes us to jail, charges us with felony disorderly conduct, said it was our fault, we was being unreasonable, and made the bank call the cops. And then in the report, it says that we supposedly told the bank that we was casing the bank, call the cops.
Right.
Never happened. We got it all on video. Isn't it? Yeah. So now we're fighting that shit. So we got to come back in 2 weeks for that, and it's a probable cause hearing. So hopefully it gets dismissed.
Yeah.
Because we've got all kinds of evidence and case law that supports us, and we never uttered fighting words. We never breached the peace.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't criminalize recording in public and make it disorderly, even under the Illinois statute, as broad as it is. There is settled case law in Illinois that says this is how disorderly applies. This is how it doesn't apply.
Right.
And I told him too when he cuffed me up. I'm like, dude, you screwed the pooch on this one.
Oh.
You stepped off in it. You just don't know how big yet.
Oh, yeah. And his
off.
little wet behind the ears 23-year-old cop that was with him.
Yeah.
That fucking idiot left his personal firearm in somebody else's car.
No,
it was his personal firearm.
Oh, was it personal?
Yeah. Loaded, one in the chamber. His friend I think it was probably his friend, but the guy gets pulled over for drunk driving, and they find the weapon in there. Do you know what Mount Carmel did to the cop?
2 days off unpaid.
That's it.
You should have been fired.
Yeah.
2 days off unpaid.
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
But with that being said, it's probably a union issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Bullshit.
But still losing track of your firearm, I mean...
Right.
That's dangerous.
That's negligence.
Dangerous.
I mean,
yeah.
That's criminal, actually.
What if the guy would have took that weapon and went and killed somebody with it?
Right.
And then put it back in the cop's possession somehow without him knowing.
Right.
That could have ended bad.
Crazy.
And they actually, like a week and a half after we got arrested, one of the Mount Carmel police shot and killed a 16-year-old girl. The girl had to
Heard about that one,
on
didn't
his
you?
chest.
Yeah.
They shot her through the hand. Shot him.
She was holding it back. They could have pulled the damn taser out and zapped his ass.
Or even pepper spray. He's got a knife. Why do you need a firearm for a knife? Are you that scared? If you're that scared, you shouldn't be a cop.
Right.
Because it comes with a certain level of danger. You can't be a pussy if you're a cop.
And I'm sure there was distance.
Oh, yeah, I guarantee you. Well, the state police are investigating it. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's horrible. 16-year-old boy. Over a domestic dispute, him and his girlfriend had an argument.
So I guess I'm going to be on the do not fly list because he's going to turn me into the FBI.
I don't fly anyway.
I'm not gonna turn
Dude,
you
we
to
was out.
that. But did you know that is actually a real
Oh yeah,
thing on their website?
What's that?
You can not really turn people in, but give the FBI
Information.
information.
100%.
FBI's already been to our
Dude,
house.
we was in
Are
Detroit.
they really?
We was in Detroit at the Great
We
Lakes
were at-
Water Authority.
Capitol building January 6th.
Oh, yeah. When that all went down.
Deemed you not a terrorist?
Huh?
Deemed you not a terrorist?
we were wearing our press
We were
credentials.
wearing the press because we were there to record the event. It was a historical day, and we knew it was
We
going to
didn't
be.
go in.
We didn't go into the building. No. I was like, no, I don't want no part of that shit. But
I ain't stupid.
we was in Detroit at what's called the Great Lakes Water Authority sewer treatment plant out on a public sidewalk. And security was super pissed. And 20 fucking cops showed up with 4 guys with cameras. And they arrested us for trespassing, and we never trespassed. They said we was trespassing, so we left the public bus stop area.
Yeah, and we
then they arrested-
everything was
and then-
documented.
Yeah. And then they stuck us in the Detroit Detention Center for 14 hours, took our phones. The cops took our phones. Instead of taking them to their evidence, they took our phones and gave them to the Great Lakes Water Authority security. Well, there
Which
goes
is
your
not
train
a
of busting
governmental
there,
entity.
right? Yeah. And so, and they said, oh, well, they're going to turn your phones into the JTF and the FBI. Or the JTTF, whatever, the
Right.
Joint Terrorism Task Force,
Yeah.
and the FBI. I'm like, for what? Guys on a fucking sidewalk recording?
Like we could see anything. I mean,
Right, you can't even see anything.
just buildings.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't want people to record, put up a wall. They can't see through.
So this, I'm pretty sure, take it off
Yeah, that's what it was.
is what.
Yeah, that's what.
Well, it was funny because we're sitting here parked on this side of the road, somebody on the other side of the fence, and we're kind of chatting a little bit, and he's recording him, and this dude pulls up on my side. You know, you're being recorded. He's like, yeah, I know. They're not supposed to. You know, and then the guy tried to back up so he could get my plate, and I put it in reverse and backed up all the way to the next driveway. And he was struggling trying to back up, and I just backed up to go.
The thing is they got them signs on the fences that says you can't record on the fences. But what they don't get is that only applies on their property and people that go onto their property. It doesn't apply to people out in public. And that's what they don't understand. Because people are so
Yeah, that's one of the guys from there.
he's probably waiting to talk to
He's the
him.
one that turned around on the street and
Yes.
followed us down
Yes.
the dirt road.
Yeah.
I'll probably go down there and talk to him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we was chatting with a couple of the guys that were driving the red trucks on the perimeter. We was following them real slow, recording them.
Yeah, they were
And we're like,
recording
yeah,
us, laughing.
we're like,
It was
watching
funny.
I'm watching you. We was having a good time, you know what I mean? And then that dude in that flatbed got all fucking serious, like, man, like we was Osama bin Laden. I was like,
Something.
this fucking people are crazy, man. When you do this, you find out how crazy we was in Brighton, Michigan. On a Sunday, and we was outside of a bar, and he walks up to the window, and he's looking in the bar, and this guy gets up, walks over there, fucking pulls his pants down, and puts his ass to the window. He gets on the radio and tells me, I'm like, I'm coming, I got to see this. So I walked down there, and I got my camera there. Well, the guy's making all googly faces at me and shit, and then just like a trigger, dude, he fucking flipped. Come outside, fucking walked up to me, chest bumped me. I stepped off, he fucking got right nose to nose with me, pushed me twice, and then pushed me down. And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I could have defended myself, but I'm like, I'm going to let him do whatever he's going to do. And then I said, you're going to jail.
Right.
Brighton police
Which he
showed
did.
up and took his ass to jail. Yeah, I was standing outside recording. What gives you the right to come out and put your hands on me like that? You know what I mean? You're lucky I didn't defend myself. You're lucky I wasn't carrying a firearm.
No.
Or you're lucky I wasn't even carrying my mace.
We were in Grand Rapids one time recording in front of a restaurant, and We were there for maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and this girl comes out. What the fuck are you doing? And he goes, none of your fucking business.
And then I'm like, bye, Felicia. Bye.
And then she pulls a fucking knife.
And
Get the fuck out of here.
With pepper gel. Right in the mouth.
And they tried to charge me with aggravated assault. And the judge dismissed it. I didn't even go with a jury. I just went with a judge. Because what I did was protected, because I was defending myself.
Yeah,
because she lunged at me with that knife, and I'm like,
well, she pulled it out, and it wasn't open at first. And then she turned around to go back inside, and something tripped in her, and she fucking turned around, and you could clearly see her open the knife up and take a step towards us. That's when he lit her up. Good for you.
Yeah.
We tried to have
and the cop
with people.
Oh. And the cop that wrote the police report, nothing but fucking lies. He had my video, and it was nothing but lies. She lied to him and said that I called her a nigger 3 or 4 times. Yeah. I would never say that because my granddaughter's half African American. Yeah. And
the same cop tried to say we was being racist because I said bye, Felicia, to her. 20 minutes earlier, the same cop
I pissed him off
because somebody else called, and they pull their cars up, they get out, and we tell them, look, we don't want to talk to you, dude.
I was like, shut the fuck up.
And I told the same cop, I'm like, bye, Felicia. He's like, you can quote movies. But now all of a sudden, bye, Felicia's racist. When a while ago, get the fuck out of here. Now with your standards.
Yeah. I told the cop to shut the fuck up, and he said, watch your mouth. I'm like, all right, give me a fucking mirror so I can watch what the fuck I'm saying, motherfucker.
Some cops get triggered.
So the whole thing was contempt of cop. He wrote that false police report,
Making sure it's okay. Yeah, problem. with the demeanor.
Come on, let's fight.
Brother, man, you shouldn't have any problem with that people.
Well, when I was in the academy, they called me free.
Oh, yeah?
Because I could talk to everybody.
Right.
That's good.
That's good, though, man. That should be an attribute of being a police officer, is being able to build rapport with people.
Instead of the lowest IQ you can find.
Right, yeah.
That little kid cop, a 2.3 was his grade point average in high school.
More time at the law library, less time at the county range, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always tell cops, case law is important. Yeah. Read case law. If you don't, you're setting yourself up for failure. You can step off into something, end up losing your qualified immunity, get sued, lose your pension.
Oh, here's a quiz question for you. Public property. Let's say a library, let's say a library. We go in there and we're recording. And they say they want us trespass, but we haven't made a sound, so we haven't disturbed anybody.
Library.
No, we pissed them off because we're recording.
Yeah, they're recording, and they think.
What would you do?
Go in there and talk to us. And
would you trespass us though? Okay, good.
That's a lot of people. And sure, government has the right to control their property, just like private property owners. But when you're open to the public, the areas that are publicly accessible, I have the right to be there with a camera. Just like I would have the right to be there if I was black or brown or yellow or purple. You can't discriminate against me just because I have a camera.
Right.
As long as and at the proper time when we're open, I'm in the proper place, a public place, and I'm conducting myself in a proper manner. I'm not being disorderly, disruptive, or committing crimes.
Granted, a library is what's called a limited public forum.
Means you can't go in there being loud, protesting.
Right. They can limit speech, they can limit protesting, but they can't limit freedom of the press. So.
Yeah, we got to know these things, man.
Right.
Otherwise, we get hemmed up, and we'll get, like in Mount Carmel, they thought they so close to bogus charges on us, and even if they run it all the way through trial and find us guilty, it's going to get overturned on appeal.
Yeah.
And then, if that's the case, after I present case law to the court, I present statute in Illinois law that says you can't do this, and if you proceed and you take us to trial, you find us guilty, we get it overturned on appeal, then the judge and the prosecutor are going to lose their qualified immunity and lose the prosecution. Right. They think they're immune, but you're not. You can't go too far. But what I find out with a lot of these smaller towns, people aren't really willing to stand up for their rights. or I wouldn't say be verbally combative with police or something, but
They're afraid of the police.
they're afraid of the police, and they do whatever they're told, and they just take it at face value that the police know what they're talking about. They don't always know what they're talking about.
More often than not, they
Right.
don't know what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
because I mean, when you go to the academy, you get what? Maybe
6 weeks.
You get 6 weeks of training, but only 1 week of that is on law. So how effective can you be at law enforcement if you're not studying law?
And I've noticed, I've been told this by a lot of good cops, that most of the cops, when they go for these the more learning, you know, their little 1 hour here and 2 hours there, that most of them are doing this during the class.
They get paid, but they're not really
And they're passing them even though they haven't learned a damn thing.
Yeah.
That's
why, you know, one of the things we would like to see in America is police oversight.
Yeah.
Independent citizen review boards, unbiased, that
can't be bought off.
Can't be bought off, and they oversee the police department. Don't, you know, but oversee their activities and make sure they're staying within the bounds of the law.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because most police departments will protect themselves. They get a complaint against one of their officers, they're going to do everything they can to make that disappear and make sure that officer's not affected by that complaint. That's how they are.
I think another thing
that blue line.
I think another thing that would be good, not that I would ever want to defund the police, but take a little bit away every time they fuck up. And say, you know, next year if you're doing good and you don't fuck up again, you'll get it back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Take a little bit of their money away, and they're going to be like, "Oh, fuck, we got to stop doing that."
Fancy cars, these fancy fucking equipment, you know, and it's just like, you know, if you start losing all that stuff because of your bad behavior, maybe you'll change your behavior. Maybe, I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Money talks usually, so that's, you know.
It's why America
Most
doesn't.
cars are over 100,000 miles.
Yeah, see that
still looks good for 100,000. No,
it doesn't.
You guys take good care of it.
Man, like in Michigan, those departments.
How many miles do you think that Prius has on it?
Oh, it's Prius? Oh, probably 200 something.
More than double that.
Almost 500,000 miles on it.
419,000 miles on it.
You can't beat their engines.
Oh,
no.
Well, he replaced the engine.
Just the block. But that's because I went to put a new head gasket on it, and they snapped off a bolt in the block, and they didn't want to try to get the bolt out, so they just replaced the block. I'm like, whatever.
Okay. That's on it. Right.
Yeah. No, it cost me.
What?
Oh, yeah. $1,700 for the block alone.
And it's total 5, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was $5,200 for all the, you know, labor and everything.
Yeah. But man, you can't beat the fuel mileage in that thing, dude. We drove all the way to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina on less than $100. 900 miles.
It's a 10-gallon tank, and I can go 400 miles.
Me and my buddy, we go down to Bentonville, Arkansas, to a mountain bike.
Okay.
We drove there and back with one tank.
In what?
Prius.
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I can drive from Lansing to Chicago and back on a tank of gas.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And then my truck gets 10 miles to a gallon.
But it's a truck.
It's a truck. That's right.
And
I didn't do too bad when I took.
And you could get the same 10 miles a gallon with my Prius in the back.
In North Carolina, last October, I drove him down there to drop him off at it wasn't an OS school, it was MCT training, and I drove the truck and we went down through West Virginia, mountains and shit. I averaged over 22 miles to a gallon. And that thing, I was like, wow.
Kept your foot out of it for once.
I set the cruise at 70, man. Got my foot out of it, just let it do its thing, and I was like, wow, holy smokes.
Right.
22 miles to a gallon for an V8. Wasn't bad. Heck yeah, man. All right, brother, we're going to let you get out of here and let you get back to your day, man. It's been great talking with you, brother. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, you have a wonderful night. Stay safe out there.
Good to meet you, man.
Two questions.
Let you guys know we're not terrorists.
Whenever I came up, did you understand what I was coming from?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 100%. You got a call, you got to investigate it. And our car was identified as suspicious, so.
Right. Okay. My other one is, if and when we have a person come through, if I was to contact you guys, would you guys come up do what you did here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'll give you my phone
We'd love
number.
to help train cops if they let us. Right?
Absolutely. My first name's Matt. Yeah.
Oh, my back. Perfect. Getting too old for this shit.
Right.
I'm trying to have as much fun as I can before I kick the bucket, man. Shit, we're just big kids, man. That's all we are, big fucking
Is this
kids.
what you guys do for a living, or
Yeah.
YouTube's paying it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Isn't that
YouTube.
crazy?
Dude, last February was February. I made 10 grand
In a month.
I know guys out in California and just doing YouTube. Saying it's like I just want a little piece.
Right.
It's like my whole year's.
Right. I was killing myself doing construction, man, and when the pandemic hit, got laid off.
Yeah.
It's like, well, now I'm drawing unemployment. What am I going to do? I've been watching First Amendment audits for 3-4 years on YouTube. And I'm like, man, that looks like so much fun. I could cuss a cop out all day long. I love it. So when the pandemic hit, I started going out and recording, and that was in like July, and then in October, me and him hooked up, and we've been going at it ever since. We was out in Michigan in 10 degrees, 0 degree weather out there, bundled up like snowmen.
We were diehard for the first 3 years.
Yeah.
But now it's starting to catch up.
Go south.
Yeah, that's what we plan on doing this year, going south where it's warmer.
Yeah.
Well, because in Michigan, we started with the state police.
10-6 here.
We started with the state police. Now, when we go recording in Michigan, as soon as one phone call comes in about us, the state police send out a polo to all the surrounding law enforcement agencies that were in the area.
We can't have any fun in Michigan.
The governor sent out 50,000 emails about us.
All 50,000 state employees got an email about us.
First Amendment auditors and how to approach us and engage with us.
So we've made a lot of the change we were looking for. We made it happen in Michigan.
Right now we're picking other states because Illinois needs a lot of work. I'm from Illinois originally.
Illinois needs a lot of work in a lot of areas.
Yeah, it does. So yeah.
So I'm sure you'll hear more from us. You know.
Oh yeah, we'll be back around again sometime. We won't tell you when, but keep you on your toes.
And we like to go window shopping.
We seen you coming too. We seen you coming. He was like, dude, there's fucking lights. He's flying.
Yeah.
Is he coming after us? We wasn't sure, but we was like, yeah. And then we seen you turn, and he's like, yeah, he's coming.
I figured I'd get off the main road, so you wouldn't get hit by a damn car.
I appreciate
We're the only ones that want to get pulled over. Like, please pull. Dude, everywhere we go, we're like flipping cops off. Fuck you, pig, because that's a test. Yeah. If I flip you off and it upsets you, you shouldn't be a cop. If I call you a fucking pig, you shouldn't be a cop if it upsets you. So it's a test, because it's all freedom of speech.
Yeah.
That's what started at Mount Carmel. The young ass cop was sitting somewhere, and as we was coming into town, I seen him, and I stuck my head out the window. I was like, "Fuck you, pig!" That's what started it all.
And he lied on his police report and said we were following him around.
Yeah, he lied, said we following him. He was following us.
I've had that coming through Robinson, and
that's it, man.
Right, exactly. Just let it go in one ear and out the other.
Because then when you're cool, I'll be like, and he's like, hi. I'm like, hey, you're number one in my book, man. You're number one in my book.
We did it to a state trooper in Michigan on at 10.
Telegraph?
It's Lodge, I think it is.
Oh, the Lodge. Yeah, the Lodge on 10.
And so I'm in the one lane, and the cop had somebody pulled over, and he screamed out the window, "Fuck you, pig." And then the cop come raging up on my side, and I look over and went,
he slams his brakes on.
He damn near hit us and the wall trying to get behind us. And then he rides behind us for a minute, and he ran my plate. And then he pulled back up and took off. Because once he ran the plate, he's like, "Oh, yep, I'm not fucking with them."
Been pulled over by any in Michigan police. Not only in Illinois. It's the only time we've been pulled over twice.
Know what plate that was.
Right? And what's great is in Michigan, we're only
they don't even one plate.
There are no front plates. Michigan. So I know in Illinois, when you come up on a vehicle and you don't see a front plate, you're like, and then you look in the mirror and you see the back plate, and it doesn't look like, but some cops will pull us over for that. Not you?
No,
I love this guy, man.
Bronco doesn't even have a front plate. My wife's like, there's no way I'm putting a plate on this vehicle.
It'll
I don't want to
mess it up.
Right.
I had a Mustang that didn't have a mount on the front. I got pulled over for it. Cop gave me a ticket. I was like, dude, there's nowhere to mount it there. He's like, I don't care. Fuck you. I'm not putting it on. Pull me over again.
I get it.
Just take your license plate, take a picture of your license plate, and go to one of those sign shops. Say, I need a vinyl of this, the right size, and stick it on there. My plate's on there.
Bad idea.
Right, yeah.
They'll probably say, well, that's legal.
Right, it's not state issue.
State issue.
Yeah, it's not state issue. Yeah, they would. I bet you.
But if you buy both plates, you say, well, I got the real one in the car, but I'm not putting it on here and fucking my car up.
Right.
What can they do about it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You bought the plate. Nice Super
Tip
Duty.
on that thing.
Welcome to Crocker Cat.
Put a bowling ball in that thing.
Well, at least they're not squatting in the ass like they are in the Carolina.
God,
Yeah, right.
that looks so
How can
stupid.
you drive like that?
Hey, you're looking up at the sky.
Dude. You can't even see the road.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
No clue.
Crazy. All right, man. We're going to get out of here. We got a long drive back to Michigan.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Best of luck with you guys.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
Have a good one, man.
He's gonna be like, those guys ain't terrorists, dude. They're just fucking old men having fun.
Yep.
He turned out to be pretty cool.
Absolutely.
That was awesome.
And then when I said I'm going to be on the no-fly list, he's like, no, I'm not going to report you.
I can't fly anyway, buddy, so.
Yeah, he was cool, man. And he started out bad, but he cleaned it up.
Most cops think whenever they're investigating, they gotta get it right.
That's motherfucker. You know what it was going on through his fucking head when he's seen the three of us giving him shit, fucking throwing it in his face. Fuck you. We know the law, dude. He's like, oh shit.
I would definitely drive down here to do some training with them cops. Fuck yeah.
That would be awesome. That was the coolest shit offer.
Now, trolls, say something.
Yeah, right?
Try doing that shit with us. We will make you we will twist your fucking mind.
Yep. Bye, sweetheart.
Fuck yeah, dude.